I'm Jennifer Johnson and I raise sheep for their wool. April is a really busy time on the farm. I thought I would do some videos on what's going on and just share because it's so exciting. We did shearing early in the month. I'm rooing ewes right now. I think I'm going to be rooing around 40 when it's all said and done. And then we're also starting lambing. Lots of interesting things and exciting things going on. So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to share with you so you can see what it's like here at the busiest time of the year. So it's morning and the bred ewes are being fed in the barn. So here they are just eating their hay. There are 12 ewes total that we bred. And you can see many of them are showing signs of being bred. So they've got the nice big udders and their bellies are getting nice and round. Lucretia, this white ewe here that just put her head up, is the last one I still need to harvest her wool. So just let me explain that quickly. There's two ways I get wool from the sheep. One of them is shearing, which everybody's pretty familiar with that, and that's where we hire a shearer. He comes in, this year it was the 9th of April, uses clippers and takes all the wool off, everything in one big fleece. The other method I use is called rooing. I have a whole video about it, but what it means is I pluck the fiber from the sheep and I do it so that there's two halves that are full fleeces, and then I also will rue their neck wool, breech, and belly wool separately. And I'll do a video of that here, a quick short this month as part of this series. So shearing, it's all in one day. Bing, bang, boom. I think I sheared 25 sheep this year. So it goes really quickly. And like I said, all the fleece comes off and the sheep are shorn complete. I took the coats off of all the sheared ewes. So you're going to see when you look at the sheep here, many of them aren't wearing coats and look sheared. And with the bred ewes, when I rooed them, I put the coats back on them only because I didn't want to subject them to that reintroduction issue, which again, I go through that a lot in this rooing video I made. But they get roughed up a little bit, and I didn't want to have them deal with that, so I just put the coats back on them after I rooed them. So that's why you see kind of a hybrid situation here when you're looking at the sheep in the barn. So, like I said, Lucretia still has all her wool. She's the last of the bred ewes, and I saved her because she's really enormous and I need Rich's help to get her in the stand because I rue them in a grooming stand. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done today. So this is Hermione here. That's looking at me. So she got sheared this year, a big gorgeous fleece. And she appears to be bred. And then here's Carrie with the orange ear tag. She's a great cat nugget, all right, sweetheart? I can't remember if she's got a bag or not. And here's Tatiana, the fawn cat nugget. Definitely bred, nice big belly there you can see, and her bag is, it's almost painful to see it sticking out. She's ready to go. Now, it's April 16th. Technically, yesterday was the 147th day of their gestation, so we could have lambs at any time. This white ewe right here in the front is Belva, and you can see not a lot of bags, not a lot of udder forming there, so it's possible she didn't take, which is always something that could happen. This black ewe here is Paulina. She's never had a lamb before, and sometimes their bags don't show up until right before they lamb. So keep an eye on her. She's the only black ewe we bred this year. And then next to her, that's Gertrude, the little gray cat nugget here. I just rooed her. You can tell, I don't know if you can see it from this distance, but you can tell, well, the rood ewes, most of them I've left their coats on. But you can also tell because they look really fluffy, as opposed to the sheared ewes where you can actually see the clipping marks. Not sure if you can see that or not. This is Ty with the stripe down her face. Certainly is bred. She's had lambs before. Her lamb was Adele, a beautiful brown, really friendly ewe. This tail sticking up, if you see that, that's sometimes an indication that they are either having contractions or kind of close. It also could be that she's pooping. So sometimes you get tricked. This brown ewe, Morit, is Tovia. You can see she is certainly bred. She's had lambs with us before. She gave us beautiful white ewe and a white ram with a breeding with Harry. So we bred her to Harry again in the hopes of getting some more white sheep. This is little Lucia. Yes, hello. And you can see she actually rooed right, I rooed her and it rooed right down to the skin. So another reason for leaving her coat on is so that she doesn't get a sunburn. But these ewes aren't going outside. I've got them separated. They have plenty of space here on this side of the barn. I close the gate when I leave them so that they're over here separated. It's nice if they have their lambs, you know, there's not going to be a whole bunch of mothers over on the other side trying to take them, or little yearlings, aunties I call them, trying to play with them, cause trouble. So Lucia certainly is bred. Lucia's young, I think she's 2, yeah. And she looks small to me, but we'll see how she does. She hit the weight, we have a minimum weight requirement, which she hit, so. And then here's Brunhild, beautiful bag there, a dark gray Catmugget, her fleece is gorgeous. She's sheared. And she's just beautiful, 2 years old, much bigger than Lucia, they're the same age. Hi, honey. So she's bred. Looking forward to seeing what she gives us. Mabel over here, I just finished rooing her yesterday. She's a brown ewe with an enormous white spot. So majority of her fleece is a creamy white. She's not looking at me, they're busy. She's really friendly. She was so good. You were such a good girl. Not Mabel. So I think that's everybody. We got Mabel, we got Brunhild, we got Tovia, Lucia, there's our Paulina, here's Belva, Gertrude the gray, I'm getting confused. There's Ty, Hermione, here's Tatiana, Lucretia. So who in the heck is this other gray ewe? That must be Gertrude. Gertrude is the one that I rooed. She didn't like it. Right there. Hey Gertrude. Oh, I know, you're so grouchy. I gotta go check my book. I have 3 bred tags here. Let me check my numbers. I got most of them. There's 13 altogether. And there's a couple I don't think got bred. So this is the gate that I close. Rich put this really cool locking attachment on here. Isn't that spiffy? It just locks. So here's where their quarters are. Once they have their lambs, we'll put them in these little separate pens so they have some time to bond and, you know, have their little time together, give the lambs a chance to develop a little bit. Usually after about 3 days, they're pretty agile and can get away if they get into trouble or whatever. So we gotta clear these out. These ones will be really nice. So when the ewes go into labor here on the floor, we'll just be able to move them right in. There's lambing pens on the other side of the barn that's a little more tricky, but it's okay. And I have a camera. So we use a company called Rosalind. When did we get these cameras? Maybe 3 years ago. It's probably time for an upgrade because the technology is kind of gone a long ways beyond here. But we can control this from, I can have my phone, I have an app on my phone I can watch. The television we have set up, and I'm working on trying to get my laptop fixed. It's, for whatever reason, it's not working. It's nice to have them on my laptop when I'm in the wool cave working and I can sort of keep track. And so we deliberately feed them over here because this is the best angle for the camera. So that's why we have them sort of slumped over here. It's interesting. I'll do, going forward, I'll do a video and I'll show you what the camera view looks like, but it's interesting as you watch them. We don't watch them during the year. This is the only time, even though the cameras are up and installed all year. But they all pick their little spots where they like to sleep and stuff, the corners. So, they're little creatures of habit. Bird on the roof. There's something else I wanted to show you. I did a video last year about building a new addition. We had the Amish builders out to build it. So this is it. Beautiful. We have the handling system set up in here, and this is where I do all my care now. So regardless of what we have to do, I just run the whole flock into the system, send them through, and do feet. We just did CDTs last weekend, and with the system, Rich and I were able to give shots to 60 ewes in a couple hours, and we weren't taxed at all. So no injuries or anything. So that's been a really great addition to the farm. But I just wanted to show you, these are the fleeces from Shearing. And they're in a wagon. And I'm planning on doing my skirting in here. So I have some sweeping and tidying up to do a little bit. But so that's another project that I would like to get started with today. And I'll video that at one point in the series so you can see my process for skirting fleeces. But today what I'm going to do is, for sure, I have to rue Lucretia. And then I'll rue one of the unbred ewes. I'm going to figure out who that other gray catmucket is. And I can't remember. Hermione, Gertrude, there's somebody else. It's going to drive me crazy until I check it out. This is the one water bucket that we have set for these girls, which is fine. We don't have electric buckets anymore. It's warm enough now that we don't have to fret about that, which is great. This is another lambing pen. We just cleared it out, so we just had to put some straw down and get a clean water bucket, and this one will be ready. So we are now on the center section of the barn, and that's where the 2 lambing jugs are. And this one has to get cleaned out. So that's another thing I'm going to do today, is get this cleared out. There's a camera installed right up there. That camera is really handy. Sometimes we'll put like a problem ewe in here, or like the last one that's holding on for forever. Usually that's what happens. But we'll just put them in here and keep the camera, and then everybody else has access to the whole barn. Our system. This is handy if we need to hang a heat lamp, this hook here. A lot of cobwebs I need to clear out. All right, so I can open up this door because the balance of the flock today on this beautiful sunny day, as you'll see when I open the door, they are out eating their breakfast on the pasture today. Sometimes if it's rainy and wet, I'll feed them inside here, but today it's so nice. See? Woo. Hi, ladies. We'll go take a look and see how they're doing. So you can see, like Luciana here, the black and white spotted, sheared, right? Totally clean. You can see the shear blade marks on her. Then right next to her, the beautiful Bianca, another spotted ewe, needs to get rooed still. Maybe I'll roo you today. And there's Adelina, this little gray cat nugget. So I'm thinking I've got 27 ewes to go. So if I do 2 a day, I should be done by the end of April is my goal. They're still on hay this spring. So it's the middle of April, they'll be on hay for a while yet. The pastures have some time to grow. We've been getting a lot of rain though, so they're gonna be really lush. Here comes Electra. Good morning, my lovey. Morning. Good morning. I love you. Good morning, Melinda. Mabel's daughter. She needs to get rooed. Hi, Juliet. Are you okay? She's really thin. Juliet needs a little TLC. Get her fattened up again. Did I scare you before? I'm sorry. So that's just a quick update. I wanted you to meet the bred ewes and, you know, hear what I've got going on, what I have planned for today. There's always something to do here. I don't want to set myself up for failure, but I'm going to try and give you a quick update like this every day. A little informal, not as produced as my normal videos, but hopefully you like it. Thanks for stopping by and watching the video, and I hope you can come back soon.